Okay, so with no preparation or forethought, I'm making this video, which is special because it is the last video that I will make as a person in my 20s. I am turning 30 very soon. I just spent the weekend with my parents celebrating my birthday. And now I'm here to collect any last thoughts I have as a person in my 20s, as a person in my third decade, ending my third decade, beginning my fourth. I don't know. I feel like life really, at the same time, slows down and speeds up once you're out of school and you have a job. Because after that, the seasons run together. You know, school, it's seasonal. You have the summers off and you work during every other season, right? So there's this kind of, I don't know, seasonality to your existence. You're off for a few months and you work for a few months, and your days are punctuated by classrooms and professors and little holidays here and there, extracurricular activities. But once you get a job, every season is the same. You spend every day the same, and the days run together, and you no longer have any differentiation, no longer have any extended time off like you do when you're in school. And really, it's amazing how 2016, the end of 2016, feels as recent to me as every other year since then. I can remember where I was pretty accurately when I learned that Donald Trump was going to be the president in 2016. And every year past that, it kind of runs together. Like, I can just piece it together from where I was working, where I was living, and that's about it, you know? So, my 20s were boring. I live a boring life, no doubt about that. But I think a common life, a very standard life. And I think it's better to be boring than self-destructive, which would definitely be more exciting in some sense, but I don't know, very conservative in that way. So the future, the next 30 years of my life, it's daunting to think about, but, you know, I have boring priorities. I want my health to last. My father recently had a really close call with death due to heart disease. And, you know, heart disease is something that develops silently throughout your whole life. And if you have a family history, you really need to stay on top of it. And I have not, you know. And so I definitely need to change my dietary habits, I need to lose a lot of weight. Boring stuff, right? But I want my health to last, because even though my life is boring and monotonous and very sedentary right now, I'd like to live a long time, and I'd like to live in a healthy way for a long time. I'd like to keep my health for a long time. And if there's anything I can do to reduce my chance of becoming disabled or dying due to a heart attack or stroke, I'm going to have to do that. And now, you might be thinking, well, you were a vegan, why don't you go back to be a vegan? And that might end up happening for health reasons exclusively, but if you're just concerned about health, I'm not sure there's a lot of evidence saying that a 99% vegan diet is that much less healthy than a completely vegan diet. You know what I'm saying? I think the role of dietary cholesterol in atherosclerosis development has been diminished in recent years. As I understand it, it's basically genetic, how much LDL cholesterol, and what has become most important, as far as I understand in recent years, how many LDL particles you have, how many ApoB particles you have in your blood. It's basically genetic. But there is some dietary effects, and there are some body weight effects. Your body weight correlates with how many damaging particles you have circulating in your blood. So that's why I need to lose weight in order to reduce my risk over time. But I'm open to being vegan again, certainly, if it means it's the best for my health. But I think it's going to be a tough case to make. So, yeah, that's a priority. Another priority is being more creative. In the sense of producing more. I think I hinder myself a lot by disregarding my impulse to create things, because the things I want to create, I can so clearly see the influences in what I want to create that I feel it's not even worth creating. I feel like I'm copying, or that I'm being unoriginal, and I think that's a really damaging idea, because one, who cares if you're copying? As long as you're honest about it, it shouldn't be a big deal. And two, being original, I think, it's really good. It's really great to be original, but it's also overrated and kind of underspecified. It's really easy to be original, but it's really hard to make something good that's totally original. And of course, if you're talking about music, it's actually almost impossible to be original completely. And this is well-trod ground. I'm sure if you're interested in that question, you've listened to 100 other people talk about similar stuff. So just getting over this idea that I need to be 100% original all the time, or else my productions aren't worth anything. That's just a bad idea to have, a bad attitude to have. But yeah, that's it. I give my first 30 years of life a solid 6.5 out of 10. Hopefully the next 30 will exceed that. But really, it's up to me, isn't it? So, later.